Hey guys, Saturday morning, 6 o'clock. Just got to the shop, so gonna do a bit more cleaning up. My dad did a lot of cleanup last weekend. He was down from Mexico for work, so yeah, he did a lot of the major cleanup. So now I just gotta kind of organize some shit and do the final touches for everything. But yeah, I got my new wheels all mounted up with tires. I did those at work this week. So yeah, we'll do a bit of cleanup, and after that I'll get on to installing the hood pins for the hood. And today, yeah, I want to finish up the hood pins, or start up on the hood pins and finish up on mounting the harness. So I did the first tab for the harness right here. It's a single point for the lap belts. So yeah, I just made one tab on the rear bar that goes to the frame. So yep, we'll get to cleaning up and we'll do some more work after. Alright, I'd say the shop is pretty clean now. I mean, welding table's kind of dirty. The bench is a lot better than it was. It's not perfect, but I mean, this whole bag was empty. Like, I cleaned up all that garbage. So there's a lot of work to do. Seats bolted in now. The 4 bolts here. I'm probably gonna end up making a bracket somewhere here that ties the back to the roll cage, just to make it extra stiff. But that's the harness setup for the shoulder belts. So those come down here, and yeah. So now we got the rest of the stuff in here. Hopefully this doesn't fall as I open it. There we go. So yeah, we got the lap belt and the crotch belt to bolt in. So I'm thinking it's gonna go somewhere like down there where the roll cage bolts in, and I'll have to make a plate for on the other side for that, and then, well, the crotch belt will obviously come and bolt somewhere under here there. We'll make little stiffening plates for underneath. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna get started on. I'm getting started on the harness just because I don't want to start the hood pins now and have the harness half done and have the hood pins half done. I'm trying to organize my shit and do things and finish them and then move on to something else. So try and get that done today. So yeah. So now the harness is all bolted in. I just got to run to the store and get some 1/2-inch bolts because I only had 3/8 ones. So yeah, when I get back from the store, I'll drill out the holes to 1/2-inch, put in some 1/2-inch bolts, and the harness will be all in. I tried to sit in it and tie it myself in, and it's pretty comfortable. The only thing is, like, I did the V-mount harness, and I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I find it kind of uncomfortable. I don't know if it's because I have a wide neck, or if just because maybe the distance from this point to where your neck is might change that, or maybe, I don't know. I don't think I'm sitting too far forward, because these lap or shoulder belts are they're not like too how should I say? Yeah, I don't think I'm sitting too far back, because the belts are like almost too short. They're like perfect length as to where, like, I back them up to where they are now, and then I sit in and I pull them down maybe an inch or two to make it all tight. So I don't think I'm sitting too far backwards. So I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'd probably recommend, if you're doing this, to get individual shoulder straps. Probably a lot more comfortable. You can sit wider on your shoulders, so it's up to you. I'll probably just end up wearing some kind of padding on my shoulders, like wearing a thick hoodie or something. Should be fine. But yeah, that's all mounted. So now I just got to go get some bigger bolts. And there's a swap meet close to home, so I'll probably go there and try and get the parts I need, or a couple parts I need, and just see what's there. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so the harness is all bolted in. I'm strapped in. And I'm really starting to think that these shoulder straps might be too short, because these adjusters end up being like right on my collarbone, like kind of collarbone shoulderish area, and yeah, it's really uncomfortable. So I don't know if what I need is just some harness pads, or if I need to get a different harness. But yeah. Also, I ended up putting in the crotch belt, and I find it makes a big difference as to how the harness bolts in and how it fits. So, or how it fits, how it feels on my body, and how it makes the kind of the lap belts not want to pull up as you tighten down the shoulder belts. So, and it kind of feels like your waist is more strapped in, so I find it does a good job. I didn't know that's what it was for. It might not be what it's for, but that's what it's doing for me, so I like it a lot. Got these tires at the swap meet that I said I was gonna go to. There's this guy, and he gave me his business card, so I guess he works in a tire shop. And these have, I think he said 632s, so they still got pretty good life in them. And I paid 85 bucks for the set, and I told him basically what my situation was and that I was going to drift with them. And he said that he's got some that he would sell for even cheaper, so when the time comes and I burn through these ones and my brother's tires and the ones that are on there, then I guess I'll give him a call and see what he's got for me. But apparently he's got plenty of the size I want, so that's pretty cool. And I jacked up the truck on my super ghetto style jack stands in the front, and I'm gonna start redoing the brake lines to replumb the hydro. But as I was underneath there, I noticed the bolts for the shifter were a bit loose, so I was starting to tighten them, and then I remembered, holy shit, I bought a B&M shifter off a guy who had a Mustang close to me. So I figured instead of tightening those bolts, might as well throw this one on. So this one's a short throw shifter with shift stops. So these jam nuts here, when you put it, well, you don't really need a shift stop for in first. But say you're in first and you're drag racing or you're power shifting for drifting, and you want to bang it into second. Well, this jam nut prevents your shifter from going too far and just overstressing on your shift forks and your synchros. So that's pretty cool. And I guess the forward one would be for when you slam it into third. So that's pretty cool, and it's all billet aluminum and it looks real nice. So, and it's got some stiff springs and all that, and it's got a little fill hole on the top of the plate under here, so it's not really accessible with the hole I have drilled out, but I got a hole. You can't really see because it's too dark in here, but I got a hole there with a plug that I can fill it from the actual fill hole on the transmission. This is the harness tab that I made to extend it, and now the harness fits a lot better. Before that, the harness were like, I don't know, they were bolted like here about, and that made it, the adjusters were like right on my collarbone, and I thought I couldn't move them any closer because I thought the V would be too narrow, but it actually fits nice this way, and now it's not so tight on my collarbone. And I don't know, to me that's pretty damn perfect. Looks pretty sweet when nobody's wearing the harness. They fit perfectly at the right height to see the harnesses, so I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's that.